View file. Save. Pictures asteroids. Or try this again. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated at trying to do the same thing 1,000 times. Please forgive me. Okay, that seems to have opened. Let's try doing it again with Quadro. It's very stressful doing this on stream. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Quadro. Open image. Add local image. Work. Okay, it doesn't want to open. Fine. I'll just view it in this other viewer that seems to be happy. And I will ignore the fact that I don't know why Quadro is not opening it and proving how cool it is. Great. Let's move on. So, I've got this great little reference image. See how it floats over the top and doesn't have any border, kind of like all these other ones do? Yeah, but we can't do that right now because maybe PNGs aren't supported. Maybe this file isn't supported. I don't know. So, the reason why this is important usually would be looking at this and trying to copy details from the image into our texture creation. We're going to be using it for a swatch in a minute. So I've got a number of setups here. Let me just grab all these and move them up slightly. No, didn't mean to grab everything. Let's try again. Grab all these. This part is the part where it's like I've got so many different materials. I've kind of been data driving part of it. Is it going to move them all together? Yep. And then this one here is connected to this input. So what's going on here is that I've got a whole bunch of processing that goes through here, and it creates, from the input locations, which are on the far left, it creates a bunch of interesting noise, and in the end creates two different textures. So the main two textures are here and here, based on the two different noise parameters, and those textures define for metal and and background respectively what the backgrounds look like, and then we splatter a bunch of rocks and stuff all over them. And we run them through a little process, and when we're done doing everything we can think of to make them interesting, so here and here with see little white dots and stuff, we come up here and we split out the metal and non-metal, and then depending on the kind, we then take those black and white images and we turn them into color images. So this top one is metal and this bottom one is non-metal. So if I just change this to say rock, then we need to come up with colors for both of these. Now the easiest way to come up with colors is to pick gradients off your image. So I've just clicked this little pick gradient. I'm going to go across to my image on the left hand side here, and I'm just going to, I might just do a bad version of it. We'll do it again. So I'll bring this over here, pick gradient. See, this is why good things can't happen to good people. I'll just move this out of the way. Let's try that again. That floating Quadro thing fixes these problems, you see. Before I pick gradient, I might just zoom in a bit. So let's look at this picture. It's not zooming in. Okay, where's an interesting area that's not interesting? Let's say that interesting area that's not interesting is over here, so we find a dark area. We go to a light area. This is generally how my noise works. We get those colors out of the asteroid, right? And here for the asteroid itself, we need to choose metal amount, and it seems to be cranked way up at the moment. What's going on? Metal type. I need to tick asteroid, and then I need to say that flexible ore is the one that's being output here. There we go. This is better. This is a preview of what I'm creating. As you can see how the background is that same color as the asteroid. We're still using the position that we had from before, but then there's metal patches on it. I'm going to hijack the metal for this one and say that a metal is like a bunch of rocks or something similar. So maybe the more metal, the more it is a rock. that would work. Yeah, I know, you used to take photos. Who would do that? And you still can, but the thing about this is that you can data drive things a bit better. It works better for most stuff, but the way we're using it here is probably not the best. What's really nice about this approach is that actually all the textures are going to be very similar, but different colored. And so when I blend, the details are going to kind of blend together in an interesting way. Yeah, it's going to be the one. Just take my word for it. Great, I've never led you astray before. Okay, a rock. Let's see how rocky it could be. So let's just pick a gradient and we'll start here and we'll just go like this. And the only other problem now is that the rock bits look metallic, right? So if I get rid of how shiny that looks, we should be there. So, and I think that if I was to save this and then go back to plain rock and put plain rock on here and then go into flexible ore, so let's just put plain rock back over here. I'll put this, my artistic inspiration, on the left. So if I was serious about this, I'd spend a lot more time with that artistic inspiration trying to create each of those kind of rocks you see here and make sure that they're in the material and that they get splattered around and, you know, that sort of thing. It would be good fun. Oh yes, metal roughness. I need to make sure the metal type here is set to asteroid, and then metal roughness needs to be nice and high, so it's not shiny. Height noise. I can't remember what that slider did. Oh well. So yeah, doesn't look that great yet, does it? And I need to add a lot of doodads, gizmos, that sort of thing. I was going to quit Quadro because it's filling my screen with beautiful imagery that's distracting me from seeing. Well, maybe I'll just put the stream summary somewhere else. Let me just see if I can find it while I mess with you guys while you view, trying to view. Why do you want to watch what I'm doing? There we are. It's my stream summary. See that I've got 6 people, captured 6 minds and souls. Excellent. It's good to know it's not a scary number. I wouldn't want to be too popular. Okay. Where were we? So we got plain rock. Let's have a look at gold ore. Let's have a look at iron ore. And let's just say that those are the only ones I'm going to use for now. And so for each one I can right click and I can say export outputs as bitmaps. And for my outputs in Godot, so I'll just run you through this real quick. So we'll just go back to gold because that's what I'm looking at. So with gold, it outputs. We've got your base. You got your base color coming out. This is. I'm sorry, I said gold, but I'm still showing plain rock. So we've got your base color, and then you've got your normal, which specifies on the surface which way it's bending. Yeah, I need to stream in. I need to stream at a better time for people in the US, like at 2 p.m. or something similar. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that. It's got a roughness map, which specifies which parts are smooth. We've got an ambient occlusion map, which specifies self-shadowing. A height map, which is kind of irrelevant. Pardon me for this. In fact, we should be seeing a lot more noise coming out of the height map. And part of the reason why is because I need to amp up the noise coming out of this material. It's very much designed for my pre-baked asteroids. Anyway, so then what I do is I do this merge, this RGBA merge, and I create something called an RMA height. And so the red channel of this image is roughness, the blue channel RM, so RGB, so the blue channel, second channel is metallic, third one is ambient occlusion, and the fourth one is a height map coming in. And then I've got also separately a normal map and a base color albedo. So when I'm outputting this image, output as image, I need to output the height, the RMA and height, the depth map, and the base color, and the normal. We're not using the depth map right now. These are enough to represent everything about the material. So let's check that this is in a good place. 3D space material, PBR, yeah. We'll put them in another folder for flat. And export. And then we're going to do the same thing for each of these. So iron ore, export outputs as bitmaps. This one's going into a different place, which is actually in the wrong place, which is the place that it's caused problem in the past. Materials, no, material, PPR, flat, this folder. The right ones are selected. Export. Great. Plain rock. Export outputs as bitmaps. The right place already. Export outputs. Exporting. Done. So that Substance Designer is done for today. I bet you guys are glad that that's over and done with now. So let's have a look at Star Factory. We'll go into game, and we'll go into 3D space and materials. I went to the wrong place. Material, PBR, and all these images you see here are old. These are the ones we just created. So we've got a gold ore color map, a depth map we're going to ignore, a normal map. This is the color for the iron. Depth map we're going to ignore, a normal map, height map we're going to ignore. Oh, I didn't actually get rock out. So for some reason when I did the plain rock export, export as bitmaps, I didn't get those. I still didn't get them. I probably put them in the wrong place. I probably didn't put them in the flat folder or something. And here I was telling you